PSP when everyone's playing like the DS, so no one's gonna buy it.
Trying to boost sales. Just like, hey, buy the PSP for this. Like,
No. Why don't you just release it on the DS and then people will buy it?
I don't know. The DS definitely isn't as powerful as the PSP. You wouldn't have done it justice.
Doesn't matter. They released Tales of the Abyss on DS. Granted, it was
a lot more
granted, it
powerful
was a
than the DS.
I think the problem was how many people owned a PSP.
Granted, that was a butchered port of the PS2 version, but at least we got it.
Yeah. Plus, like, I've never really played Tales of the Abyss before on PS2. I never had a PS2, so
Yeah.
I'm always
Like again, that's it. See,
Crap!
that's called good marketing. You go, hey, there's this game that people enjoyed on this old system that people want to play, but they don't have a PS2 because they have a PS3 and they want to play it. Release it on a system they have. Put it on a handheld that they actually own.
I don't know. He's saying like if you enjoy the Vita, you know, you'll like it, Hobolos. And I'm like, I enjoy the PSP, but I modded the fuck out of it. I gave it custom firmware. I got free games for it. I played nostalgia games on it. That's why I loved it. But then they had the games. It's self-designed PSP games. There's a bunch of PSP only games in there that are fucking amazing. That
Yeah.
some people haven't even played.
The thing I find hilarious is the majority of people that I know that have PSPs, they're all hacked.
Fuck!
Fuck! Like, wouldn't you want to be able? Oh crap! You keep falling, kids.
Yes, why is this giving me trouble?
Having trouble with this puzzle, you can do it now. You can use the hook shot to get.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the-
not really gonna happen.
You gotta use the hook shot to get onto the.
There, that makes
No,
maybe.
no.
I'm just fucking
Yeah, stand on there.
Okay,
bloodlusting
now.
on these
Okay,
guys.
Good. Never mind. I was thinking you could just use. Oh no, because the stars were still there. I was thinking you could just use the
PSP
hook
version
shot.
of the Final Fantasy IV. It looks pretty good.
The PSP
I
version.
think the PSP remake for Final Fantasy IV is actually good.
Yeah.
Wait,
It might actually be pretty much the same as the DS remake.
no, it's not.
Well, DS remake is like full 3D graphics. I know like the PSP version is just like 2D with like better art.
The only reason, okay,
I thought the DS remake was essentially the PSP version ported to the DS.
actually, this is okay. The original 2, Final Fantasy 2, which is 4, but for us in the US, is the hardest
Yeah.
one. That's what it
Yeah,
was
I
said
know
until the DS
version
one came
is,
out.
Like it's hard, or it's like it's easier than the original. isn't
No,
it?
actually the DS
The
one's the
Super
harder.
Nintendo version that we originally got is an easier version of Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah,
And what's the
I have
DS
the-
version?
the hard one
I
is the
have
DS
the-
version.
Oh, all right.
Because I have the PS1 version on Final Fantasy Chronicles, and that game is a bitch and a half.
Shit.
The reason you would get Final Fantasy 4 on the PSP, and this is the only reason I would tell you, is for the after years.
Oh.
That's
yeah,
the
I
only
think-
reason.
And you can just download After Years
Yeah,
on the Wii.
Nice.
but that's the thing, like,
And
not many people own a Wii compared to the 360 now, at the time.
You,
Or at least in the
at the
US.
time, yeah, but still.
So right now it's Nintendo and PSP going at the handhelds, which is pretty cool because, you know, handhelds are amazing.
Goddamn right.
I don't know. Yeah, the 3DS is doing fine, except.
And yeah, the Wii version was expensive for the after years.
Shit, how much? Oh my God, $30?
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole game. I don't expect
It's not-
it to be like $10.
It's not that long
I
though.
mean, the reason why Mega Man 9 and 10 were $10 is because it's a freaking 8-bit Mega Man game. It's not that big of a file size.
Holy
And that's
crap.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I played after years. I love it. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of 4. I mean, I love 6 the most. Tits knows that.
Yeah, he always pushes me to try to play it.
But he never does.
I never do.
Six is amazing. 6 is probably the best game they ever did.
Let's not go into that because some people might
Tell
prefer
that
7.
to Sephiroth,
That's
boys.
my
Yeah.
my opinion. I need to stress that.
Yeah, you're not saying your opinion is fact. You're just saying that you love 6.
Yeah. That's
And
me.
actually, let me rephrase that. Like, my top 3 Final Fantasy games would probably be 4, 5, and 6. In that
5,
order.
yeah, 5 was awesome. For me, it would have to be.
5 is probably the most cliche of Final Fantasy games ever made, at least in the
Ah.
16-bit era. But it was so great. And Mothra's kicking your
I didn't
ass.
have a wing. Oh, God damn it. I thought I had a fairy. That's why I was being reckless.
Ah, fuck.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's gonna be
Guess
fun.
what you gotta do again.
Yeah.
Well,
now-
at least he solved most of it, so he just has to make his way to the boss room.
I just don't have
I
magic.
suggest leaving and grabbing some fairies, especially some magic potions, since you don't have any.
There should be some. They're usually here in the jar, and the skulls, I guess. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ah!
And
I just want to hit him with the hook shot. I don't want a hook shot over there.
Holy crap, man.
just let the hand take you. You know you want to.
Oh,
Don't
my,
let the hand touch you inappropriately, man.
is that your
Good
pickup?
one.
Is that the pickup line you use, sir? Let my hand take you. You'll know where. It'll take you to places you've never been. Why the fuck am I in the Lost Woods? Next to a fucking dungeon? I'm supposed to save the world? What?
What are you smoking, man?
Oh my god, died to mummy. Alright, I'll go get some fairies.
Do it now.
Alright, where am I gonna
Speaking
get
of
fairies?
Mega Man, though, Opec, did you ever play any of the Mega Man games?
I played all the NES ones, X 1 through 5 or 6, and all the Battle Network. Well, not all the Battle Networks, all the Mega Man Zeros.
Ah,
And I played
Man
Battle
Zero.
Network 1 through 2.
I wanted to get into Mega Man Battle Network. I really did. It's just Mega Man and Pokemon don't mix. I'm sorry.
What?
And
That's essentially Battle Network. It's the Pokemon of Mega Man.
Really?
Quite serious.
Megamon.
Mega Mon?
Essentially.
Hey, Mon?
I mean, it's
Mega
not.
Mon.
I mean, it's not.
And
But
we know what you mean, though. I know what you mean, anyway. Like, I know my friends, like, back in
What's up?
junior high, they played the fuck out of Battle Network. I'm like, what game is that? And it's like, oh, it's Mega Man. I'm like, really?
I don't hate Battle Network. It's just.
It's
I
just.
mean, when you put. They already did an RPG for Mega Man. It was Mega Man Legends, and that game was awesome.
What's
that,
bad about Mega Man?
I wouldn't really
Legends?
call that one an RPG. I
Mega
mean,
Man Legends, it's an action RPG.
yeah, it's a Zelda. I
It's
guess.
the Zelda of Mega Man.
Yeah, essentially, but it works, and it's not as tedious as Zelda. Like, it's a game that anyone can just pick up and play, and like, it's not hand-holdy, but it's like simple enough that you know what you're supposed to do. You're not gonna get lost in that game.
The music was weird in that game, that's for sure.
That's because that's the only thing Capcom's good for anymore is making music.
Now, yeah, I would agree.
Capcom's dead to me, not just because of Mega Man, but they're killing all of their good franchises.
As a
What about that,
hardcore
like,
Capcom
Mega
fighting
Man
game
X
fan,
over, whatever that
Mega Man
is.
X Over is a insult to everything that ever is and ever will be Mega Man.
Oh yeah, even I can tell. And I know I haven't even played
It's
that.
an iPhone game. What the fuck, Capcom?
Auto fire.
And it also looks like ass. I am not
Definitely.
kidding.
It really does. I've seen the things. I'm like, oh Jesus, I'm not a Mega Man fan, or at least not that big of one. And I know you guys are raping the fuck out of it now.
It is awful. I mean, like, people are saying that, like, Resident Evil 6 is terrible. That is nothing compared to Mega Man X Over.
have you guys even played 6 yet? I'm just curious.
I was never really that into Resident Evil. I don't dislike the series,
Uh-huh.
but I've seen like demos of it, and it just looks terrible.
Seeing is not believing when it comes to games.
So,
Honestly,
when I see, I understand that, but when what I see is every 5 minutes is a QuickTime event,
uh-huh.
what the fuck?
Well,
I have nothing against QuickTime events, but they shouldn't be like one right after the other.
Yeah, that's kind of what I saw, like with Luigi's demo theme of Bobber.
That's essentially what I saw too. It's like, why are there too many QuickTime events? There's there's a QuickTime event for shutting a door.
what?
Oh god.
Why?
Well, I
I
guess
get
it's
it.
supposed to make it immersive, I guess.
I get why. Like, I get there's the urgency of like there's an army of zombies outside the door trying to break in, but why do I have to mash the A button to close this fucking door?
Uh-huh.
And isn't there QuickTime events for trying to find the keys in the car?
Yeah, there's
What? Actually, that's relatable.
There is. It's like you gotta like turn. You gotta push the control stick
like
right.
5-minute
oh,
QuickTime event.
I think
There's
that's
like an entire
relatable.
like 2.5-minute QuickTime event just to turn on a fucking car.
And then after that, 10 seconds later, you crash to the damn car.
Yes.
Tits, I gotta
the
ask
whole
you.
entire thing of you
That's
doing
like
the QuickTime event was pointless.
That's the first thing you do in the demo. I am not kidding. Is that 2.5 minute QuickTime event with that car? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that car being a QuickTime event, but like,
It felt.
you didn't need.
Eh.
There didn't need to be a time limit for looking for a goddamn key in a glove box. I can understand it being like you have to hit the gas pedal fast enough to get away.
Yeah.
That I can understand.
God damn it.
Looking for a key and turning on the ignition shouldn't be required as a QuickTime event.
Definitely.
It's supposed to be immersive. I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, like I said, I get they were trying to go for the urgency of getting the fuck away from all those zombies. But, I mean, come on.
Alright,
That's
Tits,
kind of the thing.
I gotta ask Tits something. Tits, you played Other M, right? I mean, you did an
Other
update a
M?
bit,
Of course.
so you played it twice. And you played some Metroid games, right?
I've played Fusion. I've gotten like I think halfway into Super Metroid. And yes.
Alright, I was on V the other night, being this morning, I guess. And they're like V, 4chan V, for those who don't know. They're like saying that Other M, destroyed the Metroid series. And that, and I haven't played it, so I can't say, honestly. I mean,
It's
I'm gonna
definitely
play it
one of
after
the
Skyward.
chances for like future Metroids anyway.
There's,
I wouldn't say so. I really think people jumped on that game assuming the worst on it. Like, oh, voice acting instantly ruins everything.
actually,
No.
about
Just
that,
direction.
people were complaining that Samus was too whiny when it came to. She always
Disney.
referenced, the baby. Always.
And honestly, I only remember her referencing the baby, like, for the first 2 hours of the game, but then after that, it's just like, oh, you kind of forgot about it.
Isn't that game like 4 hours long or
And then
6?
there are people who are saying like, why is Samus afraid of Ridley? Well, why wouldn't she be afraid of a giant pterodactyl that's trying to eat her?
Plus, she thought she killed it.
Yeah, the game is
Twice.
It's supposed to have taken place directly after Super Metroid,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
she assumes that he's dead. And
He's good.
This
Wait.
isn't a clone of him or anything.
One,
it's legit
two,
him being
three.
back. So when her arch
Actually,
rival
I think
comes back from the dead, she probably would be freaked out about it. Hey, you actually killed him.
Actually, I think it was supposed to be. I think it was like a direct clone of. Like,
I'm
the
gonna do one more
original
dungeon if these
because I
people
remember, like,
on this
didn't
chat
he
are
evolve-
willing.
Because didn't he evolve from like that little fuzzball to like Ridley?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were hinting at that.
Yeah. But then people were like saying like, why was she terrified of it? Why wouldn't she be terrified of it?
Well,
Yeah, it's not like she expected that furball to turn into Ridley. It's like, oh, that's gonna be Ridley. I should probably kill it right now.
yeah, Ice Palace, that's
Ice
true.
Palace sounds
Obolos
great.
is on the spot with that.
Palace of the Ice variety.
Alright, I'll do the Ice Palace. Finish the game tomorrow, but this is why I'm gonna rebuttal on your Ridley thing. So this is why I would be afraid of Ridley. And I mean, why not to be afraid of Ridley? Alright, you kill him in Metroid 1, Prime, Prime 2, Prime 3, Prime Hunters, Super Metroid, and you've killed him in variations. In Phazon, in Meta, in regular form twice, and then this fucker just keeps coming back.
Well,
Is he a fucking
again,
clone? That's what you're scared.
well, the-
If I kill him now, is he like gonna be the Highlander of me or something?
There
Well-
can only be one.
Exactly.
With the way they were going with Other M is it's supposed to be a direct sequel to
Super Metroid,
the
but I
Super Metroid,
Yeah,
which would mean that would be that was only the second time Ridley's come back from the dead.
Third.
I don't know. I remember reading somewhere that Other M disregarded the whole Prime continuity. So like it was supposed to be straight after Metroid and Metroid 2, and then it was
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a
Metroid.
direct sequel to Super Metroid. So that would technically only be the third time she's ever fought him.
Yes.
So I still, and sure, I'm reading too much into it. I really am, but still, like, seriously, it's a giant fucking pterodactyl monster. Why wouldn't you be terrified of it?
I don't know,
Well, you,
maybe they just thought like the reaction. Like she would have. I know she would have been shocked. Definitely, like a little traumatized. But I
fucking
think
stalker,
And they
man.
also went into detail of saying that her parents were killed by him.
That's true. In the comic,
yeah, and
Yeah.
and she was
I know.
Yeah, I
barely
don't know
saved.
why they decided to wait until Other M to make that canon, but oh well, that's
Because
Nintendo.
like I know there's the cutscene where like she's right in front of Ridley as a kid, and like
And watches him kill her parents.
Oh
and
no,
it's
he's
like,
gonna curse me! Ah!
don't do it, man. Don't.
Why would you do